Well, I think there's a period we weren't expecting to see, Lee. There's lots to talk about there, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll get to that in just a moment. It's actually been, 1-1, I guess, 18 to 12 on the score chart in favor of the Sarnia Sting, but we'll come back to that in just a moment because there's a few other things I want to share here. There's been several milestones that have happened here at the game here tonight. We've got here. Let me get you up there first. Hang on. There. Now you're on camera. Go ahead. Go ahead and wave. Go ahead and wave. Go ahead. You can wave over here. There you go. Yeah. I'm live. Okay, sure. Friend wants to buy me drinks after. I'll see you there, Jackie. What am I, stupid?
Right.
A little celebration for, that's what I was getting to. Lee Cunningham. Let's bring him up. I did the best I could with my iPhone way up top there. But there's Jake Borey on the far right and Lee Cunningham in the middle. And then Pat DeRoche joining him down there as well. So this is a huge milestone, 1,500 games for Lee Cunningham. And Jake Borey actually come up and was sitting beside me for a little bit. Jake and Lee are actually quite close. And so it was an emotional time out there for sure. And then Lee come out and said a few words. Well, I'll be honest, he said more than a few words. He said more than a few words.
And he did promise that he was going to keep it brief, and then I feel like he didn't really keep that promise.
So totally seeing him after the game, I know where we're all going to be picking on Lee Cunningham there, but he's earned the right to say the words that he did.
I mean, after 1,500 games worth of experience, maybe that is brief. Like you said, it's a huge milestone.
Well,
he's got a lot to talk about. He's 30 years and 1,500 OHL games.
Yeah, I know. It was emotional for him, too. He really did thank a lot of people. But his mother has unfortunately passed, and family members and a lot of friends here. And he was really proud of the fact that it was able to happen here in his hometown here, Sarnia. Right. I thought that was pretty cool. So once again, Lee, congratulations, and we'll see you at the after party for sure. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, well, and then after that, we would see. And I didn't catch their names, but I think it's cool that they do this. There's a couple of young fellas that are like honorary members now of the Sarnia Sting.
Oh yeah.
And they do that every year, and I just think that's really cool that the Sarnia Sting represents some young folks in our community, and that was pretty neat that they shared that. Now the other milestones. And sorry, Lee, don't worry, I'll let you talk here soon. Where's the next one here? Before we get to the big one, but Christian Kyrou, actually, this is his 150th game here tonight in the OHL. Nice. So that's a big one. But the next one I'm coming for now. This is like super, super awesome that this happened actually here in Sarnia. Nolan Burke gets his 50th goal. What did you think of that one?
That was amazing. Like I saw, it was happen at the opposite end of the ice from where I'm at. But I saw the goal, and then I saw them all celebrating over there, and they're jumping up and down. They were putting a little bit of extra celebration into that. And I was like, what's going on there? I'm like, oh, my God, that's Berkey's 50th right there. Yeah, so amazing. I mean, he's been such a great leader for this team all season long, and so happy for him that he was able to get to 50.
Yeah, and I think we sort of, we kind of forgot. Because when it happened, we went, 50 goals, right? I don't know. And certainly the team – was helping him out there. I think they really wanted to see him accomplish that
I
here.
think you're right. I think Luca Del Belvaluz could have easily put that one in himself, and he just fed Burke on the other side. It was a very nice pass, and it was a great goal. Amazing moment for Nolan Burke.
And I don't know, did he play yesterday?
I think
he did. Maybe he was told, he's like, there's trouble, double trouble. There's our other co-host Connor and his friend Matt. Maybe he was told he wasn't allowed to score last night.
Well, I think did he not score last?
I don't know.
I thought he got 49 last night.
Maybe
he's got
Nolan
the 50 goal sign.
Come over here. Stand right here. Here's Connor Burke. He's got the sign already. Watch my wire there.
Huge. Very special night.
That's huge, right? That's an awesome night, right? So that's cool. And Connor Burke, of course, joins me as a co-host here. He's all excited for Nolan Burke's 50th goal. That's awesome, too. Right on. Cool stuff, Connor. It's nice to see the fans get into that, too, right, Lee? That really shows a lot of respect to the players here. One thing I will say, too, though, I don't know if it's just something that happens, but, folks, when you're here at a game, And even when we're winning really great, stay right to the very end.
Oh,
I
most
mean,
definitely.
especially since they've worked. This team really deserves that respect to stay right to the end. I know that people try to get away with the parking and all that stuff, but
Well, that's the time too when like the team is during the game. The team is so focused on the task at hand. They got that laser focus. They got the that right vertical pedal all the way down the thing.
Right.
So they don't really get to fully appreciate what's happening in the stands with the fans out there. And after the game, after a nice victory like that, that's the time they get to celebrate
That's right.
with all of us up in the stands. And yeah, you're right. Stay right. They deserve that respect. They deserve to look up and see. They've been looking up the whole game. They're seeing a capacity crowd here. They would like to see that after that final buzzer when they get that win too, because that's their exciting moment right there. Is when
That's
that
right.
final buzzer goes off and they've got that victory.
and they've certainly earned it this year. No doubt about it, so to speak. So, well, congratulations, Nolan Burke, once again on the 50th goal. It was nice to see that happen here, and thanks to the fans for getting in on that. Okay, well, now, that being said, so Sting get the first goal out of the way. With shots on goal at 18, I really would have thought we would have seen, like, a couple more goals in there. No lack of trying. We saw a lot of goalposts getting in there, Lee.
For sure. Like you said, definitely not for lack of trying. Kingston goalie tonight is doing an amazing job. He's standing up to a lot of good quality shots, hard shots. They're not just putting it right into his letters. They're making it hard for him, and he's doing a great job stopping what's coming at him.
Yeah,
and that's going to be something they're going to have to deal with.
Well,
for the
that's
rest
right.
of the
They're going to
game.
have to get in there a little bit harder. And, I mean, they did have a lot of goalpost shots, several missed opportunities, in fact, I think, too, not just because of the way the Kingston goalie's playing, but I think there was some pretty good passing, but I thought we were a little weak on the passing this period.
Yeah, they're kind of going back to what they used to be. They're having an off night as far as I would say even defense, but yeah, definitely they're passing. They're coughing up a lot there in the neutral zone. Hopefully they'll have a little talk about that and they'll come out doing that a little bit better. But yeah, you're definitely right on that. The passing isn't right where they're sure that they would want it to be tonight.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's there hasn't been too many bad results from it yet.
And I always like to talk about the speed of the period. I thought it could have been a little faster out there. I wasn't feeling like the speed was up to speed.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem that the Sting are having with their passing and they're keeping control of the puck, Kingston having that same problem. So we're seeing a lot of just back and forth, just fighting for control over it, not just good defense, good offense. It's okay, who coughed it up now? Now we got to go after it. And Sasha Pasachov, seeing him against the boards fighting for that puck is just one more thing of beauty. Like, that guy can put the puck in the net. He plays great defense. But watching him dig a puck out of the corner or off the boards when there's 3 or 4 guys in there, I mean, nobody does it better than he does.
Well, he does it really well, and that's something that's been a weakness for the Sarnia Sting, we've said before, is in the corners. And they've done really well the last couple of games, home anyway, where they really weren't playing in the corners there. They kept it out of there because I think they've learned the hard way that that's not a place they want to be. But somebody like Sasha Pasachov coming in there to help recover when those moments do happen is pretty awesome. Now, we saw some roughness out there, too, some really hard. When I say roughness, I don't think anybody was picking a fight, but, man, there were some really hard hits out there.
They're going for the big hits, and I like to see it like that. Go for the big hits, but they're not being. Here we go. They're not being like overly aggressive, and there's no animosity out there. It's just what, that's hockey. They're throwing, they're doing the physical out there. They're throwing the body around. They're getting those big hits in, bigger than a lot that what we've seen in this rink lately. But yeah, they shake it off. They move on. Lots of times you see a big hit like that, people are turning around, dropping the gloves immediately. This is just good, hard-hitting hockey in here tonight.
Well, and I don't know that this is a time that you really want to get into any kind of serious fighting because playoffs are coming very, very soon. Yeah. So you kind of risk that injury that we've had enough of that. Stop it. We don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I mean, right now, this is just really playing for points position kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. As we've already clinched to be there. But, again, I think there's probably some caution going on. Yeah, I don't want to get hurt. We want the good guys there when we hit that first round of playoffs because we could very easily, I haven't looked yet today, but we could very easily play somebody like a London in the first round of the playoffs.
Because we could definitely surpass them in the point standings. We're not that far. We're in 3rd place in our division.
Yeah.
And I think, I was looking at it today, I think we're only 5 or 6 points back from where London's at. and we've still got, 4 or 5 games left. We've only got one more home game after tonight, but there's 2 or 3 more on the road out there. So there's a lot of points to be had out there. So, yeah, you're right. We definitely want to be careful of injuries. We want to be careful. We want to make sure that we produce as many points out there as we can before the end of the season.
And I think somebody like London is who you'd want to play in the first round. Get it done, get it over with.
Yeah.
Or Windsor, really play the strong teams, and that way you can push your way through. Not that you're supposed to back off, but there are stronger teams and weaker teams. And I think if it was me, I'd want to get the strong team out of the way.
I think so, because especially with a team like London, the stamina on that team is great. Like, I could see them going into the third round with just as much energy as they do in game 1 of the first round.
Yeah.
Where Sarnia Sting, as great as they are, they're going to be, they might have a little bit less when the third and fourth round rolls around than they do at the beginning. So, yeah, you're definitely right where we want to get the hard teams out of the way first.
Yeah. Let's make it less challenging as possible, but there's definitely a lot of work ahead for the Sarnia Sting, and they're going to have to tune things up here a little better in this second period if they want to get ahead of Kingston, because, again, Kingston, they're still here to win as well, and they've been proving themselves out there. I think they did a good job fighting against the Sarnia Sting. So it's not over yet. 40 more minutes of hockey coming your way. In about 4.5 minutes, the Sting will be back out on the ice here, and we'll be back one more time at the end of the second period with my friend Lee, and then post-game press conference. We always, it's funny when I set up for post-game press conference, because I always get people come up to me and ask me, which is fine, I got no problem with that, but hey, how are you? They want to know who's coming up for the post-game press conference. And Jake Burry used to text me, but now I find out when they come out. But we've had Nolan Burke a lot, so the guys try to figure out, well, who are we getting? We've got to have Burkey tonight. I'm sure we've got to have Burke tonight.
I would hope so.
For that, and I'm sure he's
big
pretty
moment
excited.
tonight. It's we want to hear his take on the whole thing.
That's
for
right,
sure.
For sure. All right, we'll be back again as always, so stay tuned. Do us a huge favor, click that share button around so other people can enjoy the broadcast here and enjoy the beautiful, warm sounds of our voices and our handsome faces. That's all I got. All right, 1, 2, 3, go Sting, go!